I know you are exhausted. Perhaps you are watching this video with a heavy heart, thinking that you've already tried everything, that you've said the same thing 1,000 times, and that divorce is the only way out left to find a little peace. The pain of indifference, of constant fighting, and of the silence within your home seems unbearable, doesn't it? But before you make any final and irreversible decision, I need to tell you a hard but liberating truth. The reason your marriage hasn't changed until today is because you have been focusing all your energy on the wrong person. It sounds crazy to say this when the other person is the one messing up, right? But you have been trying to change your spouse, and that is like trying to clean the dirt off your face by scrubbing the mirror. It is impossible, exhausting, and frustrating. The true turning point, the one capable of saving your family, begins where you least expect it. In this video, I am going to give you a practical rescue plan based on ancient wisdom that few have the courage to apply. I am not asking for years of therapy right now. I am asking for just one genuine chance. If you have the courage to apply what I am going to teach you here for the next 7 days, I guarantee it is mathematically impossible for the atmosphere in your home to remain the same. Drop the stones you are holding, take a deep breath, and pay close attention. What you are going to discover in the next few minutes is the master key you have been looking for your whole life to unlock the heart of the one you love and reignite the love that seems dead. Every couple knows that keeping the flame alive is no easy task, but the most common mistake is waiting for the other person to change first so that things can improve. The master key, the one that unlocks even the rustiest doors of routine, is adopting a transformative attitude focused on yourself. Instead of pointing fingers, look inward and realize that the relational revolution begins in the reflection of the mirror, not in mutual accusation. Imagine being in a completely dark room. Screaming at the darkness won't bring any light, right? Likewise, constantly complaining about your partner's flaws is like cursing the darkness. It wastes vital energy and resolves absolutely nothing. True relational wisdom lies in consciously deciding to light a lamp in your own heart, illuminating the room for both of you instead of stumbling in the shadows. This process requires humility and a sincere search for something greater, strengthening the divine connection that exists within everyone. It is the moment to elevate your thinking and say with an open heart, if I am given the clear vision of what it is to be an ideal partner, I am willing to make the necessary changes now. It is about getting off the autopilot of fighting and tuning into the frequency of building. Let's get practical. Next time irritation arises over a wet towel or a delay, take a deep breath and take a strategic pause before speaking. Instead of listing your spouse's errors, ask yourself, how can I react to this in a way that brings peace and not war? This is exercising the intentional action of taking emotional control, instantly breaking the vicious cycle of blame. This genuine willingness to change is not a sign of weakness, but of immense character strength that few possess nowadays. By being willing to make personal adjustments, you step out of the passive position of being victims of circumstances and become the protagonists of your own love story. It is a silent and powerful commitment that, regardless of the external scenario, you will choose to grow internally. But pay attention, my friends. Having the will to change is just the starter motor. The car needs a clear direction so not to drive in circles and end up in the same place. After deciding to light this internal lamp, you will desperately need a reliable map, a solid architectural model that shows you exactly where to place each brick of this new construction. Now that the decision to change has been made, you urgently need a blueprint, for no one builds a lasting cathedral without a detailed plan. Seeking relational wisdom means diving into ancient and secure sources to discover what truly defines a husband or wife of inestimable value. Without this clear model in mind, you will just be walking blindly, trying to hit a target you can't even see clearly on the relationship horizon. The golden suggestion here is to turn to the scriptures, seeking to strengthen the divine connection through careful reading of passages that describe the character of a godly spouse. Do not read like someone fulfilling a bureaucratic obligation, but like someone deciphering a hidden treasure map. These ancient instructions are moral compasses that show true north. When you understand what is expected of an honorable man and woman, emotional confusion begins to dissipate. Turn this biblical or spiritual description into the biggest dream of your life, visualizing yourselves living this reality in vivid detail. The human mind is powerful, and by adopting this transformative attitude of seeing yourselves as ideal partners before you even are, behavior begins to follow thought. It is like mentally wearing a gala outfit every day. Eventually, your posture will naturally align with the elegance of that suit. Meditate on this day and night, asking for higher help to mold your character to this high standard you have set. The constant practice of keeping this ideal fresh in your memory prevents petty or vengeful thoughts from gaining fertile ground. Instead of focusing on what is missing in the other, you will be healthily obsessed with filling the requirements of this model of personal excellence. It is a daily exercise of spiritual ambition that remodels personality. To make this practical, I suggest you read The Meaning of Marriage by Timothy Keller or C.S. Lewis's Reflections on Love, avoiding shallow self-help literature. This is exercising intentional action, nourishing the brain with examples of high relational performance so that mediocrity stops being an acceptable option. Study how great couples in history overcame crises and use these examples as fuel for your journey. However, my dear friends, having the house plans and the construction material piled up on the lot doesn't mean the house is ready to live in. Vision without execution is just a pleasant and dangerous hallucination. Knowing what the ideal spouse should be like is the foundation, but now we need to roll up our sleeves and translate all this beautiful theory into real, tangible movements.
The crucial moment has arrived to materialize affection, for feelings kept in the chest do not save marriages, nor warm cold hearts. You must adopt a constant practice of generosity, understanding that love is a dynamic verb of action, and not just an abstract and poetic noun. Do not wait for your anniversary or Valentine's Day to be incredible. The true revolution happens on a common rainy Tuesday. Ask yourself daily upon waking up, what can I do today, specifically, to make my spouse's life a little lighter and happier? Start training your eyes to be virtue hunters, actively looking for reasons to praise with sincerity, instead of tracking flaws. By verbalizing gratitude for what already exists, you exercise an immediate positive influence, changing the heavy atmosphere of the home to an environment of appreciation. A simple, "I really admire how you dedicate yourself to our family," or "Thank you for solving that annoying problem," can disarm any accumulated tension. Remember, the word spoken at the right time heals old wounds and builds new bridges. Think of creative and humble ways to perform loving service that surprises your partner amidst the tiring and predictable routine. Maybe it is taking on a household chore the other hates doing, like washing the dinner dishes, or preparing a hot, relaxing bath after a stressful day at work. These small, silent kindnesses scream, "I care about you and your well-being," much louder than any eloquent speech. It is about serving without expecting applause, imitating the noble posture of one who came to serve and not to be served. Also, imagine a gift that would truly improve his or her life, not necessarily something expensive, but something thought of with affection and utility. It could be that personal development book he mentioned, like Atomic Habits by James Clear, or an accessory that facilitates a hobby she loves. The real value is not on the price tag, but in the relational wisdom of showing that you pay attention to the details, dreams, and desires of one another. The gift says, I see you, and I value who you are. Rigorously plan a way to spend more quality time together, protecting these sacred moments from modern attention thieves. How about instituting a screen-free night once a week, where you cook a new recipe together or go for a walk in the park, talking about the future? This is exercising the intentional action of reclaiming the intimacy lost in the chaos of a busy schedule. Invest time and energy in shared experiences, for happy memories are the resistant glue that keeps the couple together during storms. However, my dear friends, there is an abysmal and dangerous difference between just thinking about these beautiful actions and, in fact, getting off the couch to execute them. Planning the perfect date or the ideal compliment only in your head generates no connection whatsoever. Courage is needed to act and break the inertia of selfishness. Many intelligent couples fail miserably not for lack of love, but for excess passivity in the face of what they know needs to be done, falling into a subtle trap that the Bible itself warns us about vehemently. Great care is needed, my friends, for there is a subtle trap into which many intelligent couples fall. The illusion that knowing the theory is the same as solving the problem. In the passage that inspires our conversation, we see a clear challenge to not be merely hearers of the word, but voracious doers. Believing that your marriage will improve just because you agree with this text without a practical transformative attitude is like thinking that buying medicine cures the disease without ever ingesting it. If we only listen to wise advice and do not alter our behavior, we are, in truth, operating a sophisticated self-deception mechanism. It's comfortable to read about how to be a good partner and feel that internal validation of, I know this. But if intentional action doesn't follow thought, nothing changes in the raw reality of the day-to-day. You need to be honest with yourselves and admit that having information in your head does not mean having virtue in your heart or in your hands. True relational wisdom teaches us that unapplied knowledge is dead weight. It creates pride, but generates no fruit. Imagine those couples who attend dozens of lectures, read piles of books, and can quote verses by heart, but continue treating each other coldly inside the home. They possess the map, but refuse to take the first step on the trail, creating a dangerous disconnection between what they profess to believe and how they actually live. Let's go to a practical example. It is no use saying you value quality time if you spend the entire dinner scrolling through your Instagram feed. Instead of promising grandiose changes that never happen, start with micro-commitments. If you learned today that you must listen more, put your phone on airplane mode as soon as you enter the house. This is transforming an abstract idea into a constant practice that proves, through gestures, that you are not playing house. Only when we practice superior guidance does the magic of restoration actually happen, validating our divine connection. God is not impressed by our intentions, but acts through our movements. Faith in marriage needs works to be live. It is necessary to leave intellectual passivity and get your hands dirty in daily construction, exercising real, tangible, and often tiring but rewarding, loving service. And here is the secret few tell. When you stop just talking and start acting, something curious happens in the environment around you. The physics of relationships is inexorable, and by changing your frequency, you inevitably cause a seismic impact on your partner's emotional structure, triggering a reaction you perhaps didn't even judge possible. When your attitude and behavior genuinely change, a fascinating and inevitable phenomenon happens. You begin to exert an overwhelming positive influence on your spouse. It's like the law of physics in relationships. If one of the gears changes pace and direction, the other is forced to adjust so the mechanism continue functioning. By abandoning the posture of demanding and adopting a transformative attitude, you stop being intolerable critics to become living inspirations within the home. This new silent influence will be infinitely more powerful than all the criticisms and shouts of previous years combined. Relational wisdom shows us that no one changes by being constantly hammered for their mistakes. People change when they feel loved, safe, and inspired by an example of integrity. When they see your sincere effort in practicing loving service without expecting anything in return, the other's heart, however hard it may be, begins to soften out of embarrassment and admiration. Let's visualize a practical example to fix this. Imagine a husband who stopped complaining that his wife never compliments him and started himself to compliment her daily. At first, she might find it strange, but with his continuous, intentional action, she will eventually feel so filled that the desire to return the affection will arise naturally, without him needing to ask. It is the strategy of planting strawberries to harvest strawberries, instead of planting thorns and complaining that sweet fruits didn't grow. It is absolutely certain that your marriage can change, but this certainty requires a divine connection and the understanding that change begins, ends, and starts again with you. Do not underestimate the power of an environment where grace reigns. When one decides to lower their guard and love first, a safe space is created for the other to also lay down their weapons. This constant practice of unilateral kindness is the key that disarms the ego's defenses and invites God to be the center of the relationship. Therefore, do not get discouraged if results do not appear in the first week. Consistency is what validates transformation. Stand firm in the purpose, knowing that every gesture of love is a deposit in an emotional account that will yield compound interest of happiness in the future. You are rewriting your family's history, proving that it is possible to exit a cycle of destruction for a cycle of virtue. Now, with these tools in hand and the mindset adjusted, you possess everything necessary to start this turnaround. But remember, knowledge is an invitation, and real life awaits your response. Given everything we discussed, only one crucial question remains to seal this commitment and ensure you do not turn back.
We have reached the end of the theory, my friends, but it is exactly here that real life begins. All this knowledge about relational wisdom and divine connection will be just dead weight in your mind if it is not transformed into fuel for change right now. Constant practice is the only path to excellence. There is no shortcut. I want you to challenge you not to wait for the feeling to appear. Love is a decision, not just a shiver down the spine. What will be your first intentional action as soon as this video ends? Will you send an affectionate message? Will you prepare that special dinner? Or will you simply bite your tongue to not criticize? I want you to make a public commitment to your own happiness. Right here in the comments, today I choose to be the change I want to see. By writing this, you send a powerful command to your brain that the transformative attitude has already begun. I want to read each one's story and see this community of shielded couples growing and exerting a positive influence in the world. Now, I know a cruel doubt might be hammering in your mind at this exact moment. Okay, I understood that I must serve and change my posture, but what if my partner is too domineering? And what if he or she confuses my kindness and my loving service with weakness and wants to control every step I take? There is a very thin and dangerous line between someone who exercises leadership in the family and someone who suffocates the other's personality. If you feel like you are walking on eggshells and that no matter how much you change, there is a barrier of authoritarianism on the other side, you urgently need to understand this dynamic before it makes you sick. I left a special video separated here on the screen for you. It is the vital complement to what we just discussed and will teach you to identify and deal with this trait without losing your identity. Click on it now to continue this journey of healing. And of course, if this content opened your eyes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We are building an army of restored families, and you are an essential part of it. See you there in the next video.